The fans really like, Jake, is the way that LeBron said it. It was about coming home. And it is pretty cool.
Martin Savage in Cleveland. Thank you so much. And joining us now to talk LeBron is the host of ESPN Cleveland's The Really Big Show, Aaron Goldhammer. Aaron, good to see you. So, all's forgiven?
Well, at this point, yeah. I mean, after reading that essay, Jake, you know, it was beautifully written, and he said all the things in that essay today that we hoped he would say but didn't say in 2010. You know, it's been a wild ride for us covering LeBron over the course of the last 10 years, and this is just yet another crazy turn. He goes from villain to hero in Cleveland in the span of one internet post.
Explain to viewers who have not been to your lovely land of Cleve what this exactly means for your city.
It's huge. You know, Cleveland is a city that, as you said in the comeback from break there, is the butt of jokes, rivers on fire, and people who've never been here don't understand what a great place it really is and the wonderful people that are here. I'm not originally from Cleveland, but I moved here 8 years ago in part to cover LeBron, and I've grown to really love it here and to consider now myself a Clevelander. It's all about the civic pride, you know. Our sports history is colored in things like the drive and the fumble and the shot and LeBron leaving the Browns moving to Baltimore back in 1995. This is finally a huge positive to put on our ledger. It's a huge day for civic pride, and I think it is hands down the greatest Cleveland sports day of the last 50 years.
And you covered LeBron when he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then when he left, he became, for a while there, the most hated athlete in America. Somehow he turned it around. Well, somehow with his championships he turned it around. How is he as a person different than he was then?
You know, I think he's matured a lot. Oddly enough, you know, LeBron and I are close to the same age. I'm a few years older, but, you know, your priorities, what's going on in your life when you're 26 is much different than it is when you're 30. And so, you know, I think family and home and those things are a lot more important now than they were in his mid-20s. I think he's grown up a lot. He's gotten married. He has a third kid on the way. And even though I don't cover him on a day-to-day like I did back in the early part of his career, you could feel that maturity ringing through the essay that was posted on SI.com earlier today.
The love obviously not felt everywhere. We were just showing images of a mural that had been defaced in Miami. I want to read from a letter written by Cavs owner Dan Gilbert, killing LeBron for leaving 4 years ago, might keep him from returning to Cleveland. Part of that letter said, quote, "I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one. You can take it to the bank." Okay, well, point LeBron, 2 points LeBron. Can these two coexist, though, at the Cavs?
You know, I think they can. There was a report that just came out in the last hour that Dan and LeBron met face-to-face on Sunday in Miami, and there was a total airing of the grievances. Obviously, Dan had a right to be upset at LeBron for the decision and everything that happened in 2010. LeBron had definitely a right to be upset at Dan. I mean, there are things that are written in that letter that seemed important to us in Cleveland in 2010 and now just appear ridiculous,
right,
like the stretch that you just read. So I think that the two can coexist because, you know, in this meeting there was some real forgiveness and there was a real honest conversation, and I think it's a real lesson about not burning bridges in business, but also that being open and honest with people who you have disagreements or issues with, that stuff can be overcome. And I think LeBron and Dan, if it's not totally overcome at this point, they're on the road to overcoming it together. Otherwise, I don't think you would see LeBron re-signing.
A Festivus moment, the airing of grievances, and now they're back together. Aaron Goldhammer, thank you so much. Coming up next, I hear the cigars are great. I wouldn't know, but really, Hoots, the Russian president, showing up 90 miles off the coast of the United States for some FaceTime with the Castros. But is his real reason for the visit just to get under Obama's skin?